Yeah, can you remember pole position?
Yes, that was just a
And
straight track. It didn't have
yeah,
any. Yeah.
and actually, you're talking about Flashback. There was a game called Pitfall
Oh
where
yeah,
you,
yeah. That's like one of the classics from that system.
yeah,
It's
when
like
I
an
think of,
Indiana Jones kind of.
yeah, yeah,
Well, that's what the idea was, but it didn't look anything like that. Well, no, it wasn't
no,
bad graphics. You swung over pits and
yeah,
crocodiles.
yeah. Looking back on that though, that kind of reminds us of Flashback, except Flashback is way better.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose it.
Kind of,
Or another
maybe it's just the
world, more of
colors.
another world. Yeah, yeah, because you had to jump over the stuff, then you had to swing over that and press the button. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the same gameplay as another world. Oh my God,
yeah.
mind blown. Another world is just basically a rehash of Pitfall.
Or maybe another world was more original, but when they brought Flashback out, they went, "Oh no, we could make another world in the style of Pitfall."
Oh
Yes,
yeah. Mm.
and
But
they thought that's a great idea. They'll never know.
I mean, I'm shocked that you had that in the 90s. That was your gaming. I thought I was
Yeah,
behind.
yeah,
I mean, mind you, you had a console. I didn't know anyone that really had consoles back then in the 80s, early 90s.
yeah,
Most people, me and my mates, that we had like, it would have been Spectrums, Commodore. I
yeah.
remember having arguments with someone over what was better, the Commodore 64 or the Spectrum. Um, I mean, yes, he
Oh,
had a Spectrum with 128K and I was limited to 64K, but I had hardware sprite capability and a SID sound chip in it. Where the Spectrum,
what?
what did that have? Software sprites.
And there's
And it
me.
didn't have it had less of a colour palette. And there's you
And,
playing Pitfall. Oh
yeah.
my God, I would have so taken the piss out of you at school for that.
Ah, well, you see, all my mates are in the same position though.
But there was it was still seen as a bit geek if you played computer games back then.
Yeah,
It wasn't as cool as if you say I like playing computer games. Everyone's oh yeah cool. Where back
yeah,
then you'd get laughed at a lot and thought it was
yeah.
being a bit sad.